In today's video, we're talking about my scar. Welcome to the video, guys. My name is Tyler, also known as the Fit Chemist, and I help people take control of their lives by taking control of their fitness and nutrition habits so that ultimately we can lead healthier and happier lives. So if you are new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing and turning those notification bells on. And if you are returning, welcome back. I am so glad that you are here. About a week ago, it'll be 2 weeks once this video is posted, I was in a life-changing accident. I know what you guys might be thinking, but I just want to put all the rumors to rest. So no, I was not cursed by a dark wizard who should remain unnamed after he murdered my parents. And no, I didn't get into a tussle with some charlatan after they tried to tell me that sugar makes you fat. I was actually hit by the T as I was walking to the gym last week. And for those that don't know, that's the train in Boston. Honestly, I'm not totally sure how this happened. I crossed Commonwealth and I was standing on this little concrete block before you get to the rubber tracks to cross the actual tracks and get to the other side of the street. I remember standing there and looking over my right shoulder, and I saw someone like walking behind me, and as I was turning back, there's two T tracks. So there was one on the second track that's going inbound into Boston, and then the one closest to me is going outbound. So I watched the inbound one sort of like clear my vision, and I don't recall if I was just standing too close and like as I was turning back this T hit me, or if I started to move forward because I saw that second T was like sort of clearing my vision. Unfortunately, I don't remember which case it was, but either way, the T that was going outbound came from my left side, clipped me, hit me in the face. I spun around and fell to the ground. I lost consciousness for like maybe 5 seconds. Came back to seeing a bunch of blood on the ground, and all my belongings were just like scattered on the ground. So I like started picking all them up and stuff, and then the T operators like jumped out immediately, and they're like, "You need to sit down. You have like a huge gash on your forehead." I was pretty worried once this happened. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because one, I had pre-workout in my system, which, you know, if you don't go to the gym, you just start like tingling all over the place and it just kind of feels weird. So that, plus all the adrenaline from the accident, and I didn't really have anything in my stomach because I'm usually not that hungry in the morning. I usually just drink liquid carbs while I'm at the gym and then have my real breakfast after I work out. So I didn't really have anything in my stomach. I just had a traumatic incident, and I was just sitting there. I remember like picking up my phone with very blurry vision. I texted my mom saying like, "I don't know what's gonna happen. I love all of you guys." And like, to me, that was one of the saddest and like scariest moments. And I also didn't have my wallet on me. So I was really worried that if I passed out for whatever reason, that they wouldn't be able to ID me, and I'd just be like some Joe Schmo that they take to the hospital. And like, honestly, I was worried if I was gonna pass out that like that could be the end of me, because there wasn't really like anything in my system to sustain me. But spoiler alert, thankfully it was not the end of my life. I'm here making this video. I did remain conscious once EMT arrived, and I was pretty responsive for the rest of the day. You know, they put me in the ambulance and rushed me to the hospital. Had to get a bunch of CT scans to make sure there were no serious brain injuries.
3, 1, 2, sir, stop that. Stop.
And then also get some ultrasounds to make sure I didn't have any internal injuries as well. And praise God, the only injury that I had was this 2-inch laceration on my forehead, as well as like a slight skull fracture under it. But they were showing me the x-rays and stuff, and it was just like a very minor fracture. So honestly, thinking about it, it could have been so much worse. If it hit me in the temple or something, like I could be suffering very serious brain injuries right now, might not be able to walk. And like, honestly, I said this on my Instagram stories, if I was maybe a step or two forward, I would have been dead. That train would have pushed me onto the tracks, and my body probably would have been mangled, which, you know, pretty graphic to think about. But honestly, I'm just so happy to be alive and just walk away with these minor injuries. If you don't like blood and cuts, I would recommend using the skip ahead feature, because I am going to throw up some pictures. I sort of documented this whole process, so go ahead and do that now. But right now I'm going to throw up the first picture, which was me in the ambulance. So at that point, I started to feel a little bit better, and I was confident that I was in good hands. So I actually asked the guy if I could take a quick selfie and send it to my parents. So that's what you're seeing now. Here's a photo of the cut before I got any stitches. So this angle doesn't show it, but the nurse actually took a different photo that she said you could see my skull. Here's what it looked like once I got the stitches and while I was still in the hospital. So you can see that it was still pretty swollen. And then I'll actually throw up a video right now of me reacting to the stitches for the first time, like when I came home and I was taking the bandage off. Alright, so this is the first time that I'm taking off the bandage. I got my stitches yesterday. They didn't tell me how many are in there, but it was a good like 2-inch cut. So let's see what it looks like. Ooh, nice and blue. Alright. Fast forward 6 days from the accident, and I went back to the hospital to get the stitches removed, and thankfully mom was there, so she took a quick video of me getting the stitches out. And then here is a selfie that I took after I got the stitches out. So this is the first day, no stitches in. And then of course you can see with this video, this is what it looks like now. Since the accident happened, I've really just had like one thought on my mind, and that's just how grateful and happy I am to still be alive. Like I said, things could have been much worse. I could have had a very serious brain injury. I might be paralyzed. Like, I could not even be here to film this video right now. Who knows what could have happened, but I'm just so thankful that I spent the day in the hospital. I was able to walk out on my own 2 feet. I had a friend come pick me up and take me home, and I had like minor concussion symptoms for the rest of the day, but as soon as I got a full night's rest, I felt pretty normal starting the day after, which like, not many people can say that they've been hit by a train and they recovered that fast, or they might not even be here in the first place to talk about it. So I'm just seriously so grateful. I'm living on borrowed time right now. I could sit here and pout and be like, oh man, I have this ugly scar on my forehead. Like, no one's ever gonna want to talk to me. I'm never gonna find a wife. No one's gonna watch my YouTube videos because no one wants to look at this ugly scar. Or I can let it be a motivating factor. I can look in the mirror every single morning and say, wow, like I almost lost my life. It's honestly all about perspective, guys. Sometimes you just have to deal with the cards that you're dealt. Like, I'm gonna have this scar for the rest of my life. I know that, but I'm gonna look in that mirror each and every morning and just think, what a great reminder that is. I need to go out and do the things that I wanna do in my life, because honestly, I could die tomorrow and so could you. It's hard to think about that sort of thing, but I just wanna encourage you guys to make the most of your situations right now. Please do me a favor, call the people that are close to you, tell them that you love them and that you miss them, because life is honestly too short and you just never know when your time here is going to end. And I hope that you liked this sort of story here. Hopefully you can find it as a motivational tool. I know that having this scar is going to be a motivational tool for me, but that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below. And again, if you are new here, be sure to subscribe. Turn those notification bells on, because I post new videos every single Friday. You do not want to miss when they go live. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.